Hello and welcome to Movie of the Year, the only podcast on the internet with the science. That's Mike.
Hello.
And the screaming. That's Greg.
Hey, everybody, it's Greg, and I'm falling down a hole.
So much screaming. Can you fight back some of this with your science, Mike?
I dug that hole with science.
And you did a great job up there, Mike.
How
Thank
deep is
you,
that
Greg.
hole?
Oh, it goes all the way.
As deep as my love for you.
Oh,
So he's
I
going to be
wish
in
I-
China soon.
Yeah.
Like
Orky of Glenorchy.
Science is screaming to come up with determine what is the single greatest movie of any given year, or what is the single greatest movie of any given year in a particular genre. This year is 1982, and this host is Ryan. And we are going to take a little break from the fucking work, the stress, the dog-eat-dog lifestyle of watching the films of 1982 and then discussing them with friends.
It's hard, man. It's a lot of pressure.
This is
Science
a podcast equivalent of toweling off, right? Putting your arms on your knees, your head in between, just being whoof, man.
And you could, it's the podcast equivalent of, you could get dressed quickly, like you die off now, grab your clothes, but
You're not going to see any old balls then with
yeah,
that
you
attitude.
stand in that locker. This is the podcast equivalent of you stand in that locker room and you let everyone see your clean balls.
Do naked yoga.
No, we would be the dudes in the locker room who are like towel around waist, then underwear up sort of under towel, and then shorts up under towel, and then towel off.
And then towel around the chest, towel around the hair.
Exactly.
Yes.
But then
Two towels around the fists.
as we did that, a 65-year-old man would be doing lunges as his balls hit the floor.
There's thousands of ways why boomer men, the boomer generation of men, are better than us.
Yes.
But our lack of need to just go ball out
Yeah.
the second we see each other, I think that's one way where we've
The
improved.
second
We got them in that category.
They do have much more glorious balls than us, though. You guys seen some boomer balls recently?
Yeah, it's because all the fucking plastic in our diets, man.
Heavy hangers.
They eat iron. We eat plastic. Look at our balls. That's the show. No, wait. Let's continue the show. Today we're doing GenreBlast. Basically, we came to the conclusion that dramas get all the credit. Dramas win all the awards. Those are the ones that everybody says are good.
Dramas are the ones that people save for their mamas.
No sci-fi movie, horror movie, family movie, comedy could ever be the best comedy is automatically worse than the worst drama. Do you agree with that, Mike?
I do. Sophie's
So-
Choice, literally better than, I don't know, Four Lions, than any fucking great comedy.
So if something was sci-fi and was a family movie and was a comedy, there's
Species?
no chance it could win, right?
No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever said.
Even though all of those, all drama has to do is be drama. All those genres, they have their genre, and they have fucking drama.
Yeah. Drama. If you're a drama, that just means you have nothing else.
Oh, look at you telling a small story about a broken family. If I wanted to see that, I'd go to my dad's on the weekend.
I don't like using the word drama. I like saying tragedy. Like, all stories to me are comedy or tragedy, just based on how I grew up and my teaching and learning.
I just call them frowny face guys.
Frowny
Yeah.
face guys, yeah.
I
Frowny
watched
face,
another
happy face.
punishing frowny face guy last night.
Because
Jurassic Park.
Mike and I both have happy face, frowny face, mask tattoos. Greg, you only have the happy face.
Yeah. Because I like to say it's because I'm so tough, but it's actually because that's all I could take.
Tattoos are painful.
After that, I was like,
Yeah.
oof, you
Yeah.
know what? Why don't you just finish up and we'll just call that a tat. We'll just say that one's done.
Well, you got the tattoo on your glorious millennial balls. If you had boomer balls, it would have not hurt that much.
Hey and tight.
All right. So we're gonna save the drama for your mama, as Greg had alluded to earlier, and we're going to talk about every other genre or whatever we have time for on tonight's GenreBlast. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening so far, and let me just tell you that everything ahead of this commercial is much better than what came before it. That's my guarantee. While I have you here, let me tell you about a website. It's called yourpopfilter.com, and it's everything you need that's related to Pop Filter. Everything Mike, everything Ryan, everything Greg, everything Cassie, everything is there at yourpopfilter.com. While you're there, go to yourpopfilter.com/Amazon. Make that your new Amazon bookmark and do your shopping from there. That way, we get a little piece of the action, and Amazon doesn't. Make sure you're also listening to everything that Pop Filter has to offer, which includes the Superhero Show, a podcast that covers every single TV show that's based on a comic book or comic book property, and Movie of the Year. where we sit down and try and figure out what is the single greatest movie of any given year. That's Superhero Show. That's Movie of the Year. And that's yourpopfilter.com. Rate, subscribe, review. Bye. Mike, you are, as of this recording, the reigning champion of 1982. Not just on this show, but I think in general.
Hey, when you're born that year,
the first 2 episodes back to back.
I came to play.
I've got 7 genres here. Usually we do horror, but we're not doing that tonight. I feel like we've covered horror enough in the 1982 season.
It's been done. Now we don't need to ever actually talk about any of those movies.
So, Mike, we're going to decide what is the single greatest movie of which genre? Action, comedy, family, music, mystery thriller, romance, and sci-fi.
See, mystery thriller I think is dangerously close to drama. We're going to go straight to romance, Ryan, which is my nickname for you.
So we, in our first bracket, where we took our first bracket down to 8 movies. Those are the 8 movies that are in contention for Movie of the Year. We had 64 movies. Mm-hmm. Guys, in order to get these brackets done, these genre-specific brackets, we had to drop way below that. Do you guys know how many movies were released in 1982?
3,000.
That sounds high. 300.
1,982.
1,900 movies? Oh, I get it.
Wait,
hang on.
That number's big. That's what the joke is, right?
So if you need descriptions of these movies, please let me know. Otherwise, you can just go by the title. I know that you guys have seen...
Obviously.
I've at least heard of, if not seen, every single one of these movies. But just in case.
1982, baby.
We're film buffs.
Mike, if you think the audience may not know what that is, then you can always say, I know what that is, but maybe the audience doesn't. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not stupid, but I believe our listeners are.
That's the kind of, maggots. I've said this before on the show, right? We are the Slipknot to our audience, maggots.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good.
They a lot of times they write in and say that they don't see it that way, and we just bulldoze right ahead. We just continue doing what we're doing.
Just like Corey Taylor would. Clown once pooped on a towel and threw it at the crowd. That's us, baby. Man.
Is that a true story?
Metal is gross.
So it's proving.
Bad music for dumb people.
Your number 1 seed for romance, you said romance, right?
I did?
Yeah.
Your number 1 seed is Sophie's Choice, the aforementioned Sophie's Choice.
That's a romance?
It actually is. If you haven't seen Sophie's Choice, the whole Sophie's Choice part of it is about 6 minutes of the end of the movie.
No, the choice is between Kevin Kline and the Biscuit.
And yeah, it's Kevin Kline and what's his name?
Peter
Vigor's
Vigor's
little friend.
Vigor's little friend, a.k.a.
Ghostbusters 2.
The Biscuit from Ally McBeal. Peter McNichol?
Oh, God. I wish Vigor was here right here to just end you. It's going up your 8th seed in romance, Summer Lovers. Mike, why is Summer Lovers an important movie?
Summer Lovers happen so fast.
It sounds like the Asylum Studios version of Grease.
That is incorrect. Summer Lovers is a movie starring the Brows himself,
Peter Gallagher,
that they use as flashback footage in the show The O.C.
Oh, my goodness. That's amazing.
Oh, my God.
I love when shows do that shit.
That's so cool.
Summer Lovers is about Peter Gallagher and Daryl Hannah, I believe, are summer lovers. And while they're on vacation, Peter Gallagher falls for a third person. And his girlfriend gets so mad that she goes to confront her, and guess what she does?
Kills her accidentally.
No, neither one. She falls in love with the girl as well.
Oh,
it's thruple time.
That sounds like a fun-ass movie.
So much better than fucking Sophie's Choice.
Yeah, Summer Lovin'. Woo!
Summer Lovin'.
I guess we will go to vote, even though I'm going to override both of your votes. Mike, Sophie's Choice or Summer Lovers?
Had me a blast while I watched Summer Lovers, and that's my vote.
Greg?
Yeah, queer love triangle, Summer Lovers. Let's do it.
All right, Sophie's Choice, you're out immediately. Your number 2 seed is One from the Heart. We talked about this in the intro show. This is Francis Ford Coppola's attempt to recreate Vegas in the sound studio.
Oh, yeah.
Tremendous flop. Weird movie. Worth watching. It's going up against a movie called Shoot the Moon. Shoot the Moon is, of course, a romance between 2 people played by Diane Keaton and Albert Finney, who we all know as the Big Fish or Aaron Brockovich's boss.
All right. That sounds... I have to say, I think that the Las Vegas musical that was a big flop, that has like redemption written all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Something tells me that is a movie out of time, but that its time has come.
Do you know who
We
the
could
star
be
of that
the
is?
people.
Is Terry Garr, who I agree. Like, I would say all of that about Terry Garr that Greg just said about the movie. She's wonderful in everything she's in.
Should there be a Garzance?
There should be a Garzance. We watched a Terry Garr movie. Oh, she was. Do you remember After Hours?
Yes.
She was the lady upstairs that grabs him and like sort of lives in the 50s, even though it's the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was a creep.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Greg, One from the Heart or Shoot the Moon?
One from the heart.
Mike,
Yep. One from the heart.
your number 3 seed, and I'll see if you guys can remember all of the references that we've already talked about, is An Officer and a Gentleman.
Okay.
Do you remember those,
So,
those
I
off-parody
know-
things?
The
Everybody-
carrying out of the thing at the end.
This is Richard Gere. Nobody can handle the truth in this movie. It's not discussed at all.
Wait, no, that's
That's
A
it.
Few Good Men.
No, I know. I'm saying that we've talked about this before. There's but nobody. It's not discussed whether or not anybody can handle the truth. That's the mystery of the whole movie.
You're right. And is he the officer and the gentleman, or is that two different people?
Two different people that she's
I
trying
hope
to
it's-
choose between. Ooh, who do you go with? The officer or the gentleman?
And this is military officer, not cop officer, if that
Yeah.
makes anything any better.
No,
I think it makes it a little bit better.
it's also MCAB. All military cops are bastards.
That is going up against a movie called Moscow Does Not Believe in Tears, the funniest,
true.
tenderest love story of the year. This is a life story of 3 girlfriends from youth to autumn ages, their dreams and wishes, love, disillusions.
Youth to autumn ages. So it's like Russian now and then. No, thank you.
Actually, in Russia, then is first.
We've already kicked out some pretty high-profile movies. Maybe it's time to let the higher-profile movie move on. Isn't that how it works?
This is ballsy,
How
Greg. But
idiosyncratic.
Greg, officer and a gentleman, then.
That's
Yes.
for me, yes.
Mike,
Greg is a gentleman. I'll be your officer.
your final battle in romance of the first round is The Year of Living Dangerously. That is the Peter Weir romance with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it goes against Y'all. Y-O-L, not Y''A''L'.
Oh, yeah.
Two
this
for y'all.
This is about Kurdish prisoners.
Kurdish prisoners?
Kurdish.
Yes. That sounds very heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which feels more like a drama than a romance.
Yeah. But what was the first one again?
Peter
The Year of Living
Weir.
Dangerously.
For me, I think that's what it is. I'm more excited about that one.
You know what? Romance is based on love, and I'm in love with the title. Y'all.
Okay.
Y'all.
Year of Living Dangerously moves on. Next round, it's One from the Heart versus Peter Gallagher's Summer Lovers.
Ooh. Summer lovers for me, Ryan.
Yeah, I think Summer Lovers.
This is fucking insane.
Well, you should not have pitched as it's been used as flashbacks in the OC.
Well, I thought that would get it voted by you, but not by Greg.
When you said that the woman fell in love with the woman, it was over for me,
Oh,
bud.
okay, so
yeah.
I said the
And
two
now-
key things.
We've gone so through the looking glass here, people, that's not a pervy thing for Greg to say like it would be in the 90s. Now it's like, look how woke he is. He wants to see these women fall in love.
And finally, in this round, it's An Officer and a Gentleman versus The Year of Living Dangerously. Oh, it's not Daniel Day-Lewis. What was I thinking of? Age of Innocence?
Yes.
I don't know. When you say, like, when you ask something about a movie, I'm always just like, he probably knows, so I just say yes.
Okay, this isn't good for it, but it's Sigourney Weaver and Mel Gibson.
Oh.
Boo.
Which one's the officer? Which one's the gentleman?
We
right?
have new information here, and it's causing us to reconsider things. Year of
Officer
Living
Gentleman.
Dangerously. Moving on.
That's Year of Living Dangerously is the Mel Gibson one.
The other one. Moving on. Officer and a Gentleman.
I thought you were taking the normal Mike heel roll of the show.
No.
All right, and finally, it's An Officer and a Gentleman. Love lift us up where we belong. Versus Summer Lovers. Had
It-
me a blast.
Is so cute that Officer and Gentleman thought it could ever fucking touch
Yeah.
Peter Gallagher's two thick caterpillar brows.
Nobody cares about that movie. Everybody is super hyped about Summer Lovin', the most important romance of 1982.
Summer Lovers moves on. If you thought that, if you were like, do they know anything about movies from 1982? Now you know we do not.
You
Summer
should
Lovers,
watch that though, right?
the #1 romance. Greg,
It does sound interesting.
you're up. It's action comedy Not like Rush Hour. Action, comma, comedy,
Okay.
family, music, mystery thriller, and sci-fi.
I'm going to do something completely uncharacteristic, Ryan, and say sci-fi.
All right. So a lot of these I think people thought were going to make it into our Elite 8 because
Yeah.
of the nerdiness of you two.
Yes.
There's already so many nerd shit in the Elite Eight.
That's true. But I think people thought it was going to be all of it.
And
not
in
not
my
just Blade Runner and E.T. and The Thing and
And
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. Not just half of it.
but the entire thing.
We're professionals.
Your number one seed, and I should say too that like the Elite 8 is not eligible here. So
Yes, obviously.
E.T. and Blade Runner are the sci-fi movies of 1982, I would say,
And maybe
Tease
all
the
time.
romance.
and maybe all time. Your number one seed, therefore, is Tron.
Okay. Tron.
Arguably
Glowy.
worse than Blade Runner.
Glowy and boring, I've heard.
Yeah. This is a very boring, visually interesting movie, especially the computer effect. But then it's a lot of black and white footage of people standing around in mostly empty rooms, and then sometimes something is like has a little neon on it.
See, now if you said directed by Tarkovsky, I'm fucking in.
Yeah, but unfortunately, no.
No?
I mean, maybe. I don't.
Now, I'll remind you guys that we're picking the sci-fi movie of 1982, outside of the ones that made the Elite 8. So, Tron is a strong candidate here.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because I'm about to tell you guys about Megaforce, its opponent.
Okay, and you don't want us to get so swept up in Megaforce.
Because we've
It's
already
Summer 11 all over again.
we already had an 8th seed run straight to the fucking finals without you guys even listening to what the other ones are.
Okay. I won't get too carried away.
Is Peter Gallagher in Megaforce?
What's Megaforce about?
Megaforce is Peter Gallagher and Daryl Hannah.
Shit.
Okay, so Megaforce is directed by Hal Needham, the stuntman turned director who made Smokey and the Bandit and the BMX movie Rad.
Do we want him? No, we need him.
Megaforce is an elite multinational military unit that does the jobs that individual governments won't. When the peaceful Republic of Sardoon is under a threat from their more aggressive neighbor, the beautiful Major Zara and General Byrne White seek the help of Ace Hunter and Megaforce. Lots of typos in this letterboxed description. The tagline is deeds, not words.
Hell yeah. That's the
sounds
Megaforce philosophy.
It sounds dope. It also sounds like it could have been in romance with Zardoz, Major Zardoz, and Captain blah, blah, blah.
It didn't exactly say that they were under attack. It just said that the neighbor was more aggressive.
It sounds like
We're just gotta go over
from
there.
the headlines.
Deal with those more aggressive neighbors.
Those neighbors are listening to Slipknot at like 9:30 p.m.
Okay, that's pretty aggressive.
Guys,
That's pretty
you
aggressive.
know, quiet hour starts in a half an hour. You should start to be quiet before then.
That's the best neighbor. Guys, quiet out. We're only 30 minutes from when it's supposed to be quiet, and you're still playing music.
Don't you want to get like down to half volume
Yeah.
just to prepare everybody?
Let's
Just like, I don't know, put on-
this.
Corey Taylor's solo album before we go all the way dark.
Corey Taylor is from Slipknot.
And Stone Sour.
That's not a very.
Yeah, those people look like
That's not
that,
a
and one
very
of their
Slip-
name is Corey Taylor.
Hi, I'm Corey.
Yeah,
Thanks
he's
for
one of
coming to
the third Corey.
Slipknot competition.
And here's the bass player, Benjamin Jones.
All right, well, I'm going to put on my leather mask now, but I just want to thank you for coming to the show.
Greg, Tron, or Megaforce?
I hear you loud and clear, Ryan, and I'm going to say Tron.
Mike?
I don't know, Greg, if you caught that he just gave you your new nickname, which is Greg Tron,
Greg
which is also my
Tron.
vote.
And Mike Megaforce?
Mike Megaforce, hell yeah.
Or Megaforce Mike?
I like Mike Megaforce. We are the Mike Megaforce.
All the mics of the world
I
turn
would
into
say
one giant mic.
Even more surprising that Tron didn't make it on is a little movie I like to call Star Trek II: The Wrath
Woo!
of Khan. And did we talked about how none of us had seen this, but heard
Yeah.
it was good?
No, I've seen it, and it's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's proof.
That's proof.
It's very much in the style of the original crew of Star Trek, but it's interesting, and it's like a real like examination of loss and the effect of loss on great men and the way that like
Whoa.
great men tarnish over time. So I think the Star Wars generation probably would freak out about it, but I mean the Captain Kirk that we're given in Wrath of Khan is an uncomfortable character a lot of times. He wants to do uncomfortable things. He's had a bad thing happen to him and he wants to lash out because of it. And yeah, it's a good movie. It's really interesting.
It's going up against, and I'll show you the poster here, Greg. If you
Show
can
me the
see it.
poster. Okay. Inseminoid.
Inseminoid, yeah. A
You
crew
can
of
show me the poster.
interplanetary. You're on the other side of the studio. You have a phone.
Scoot your chair.
A crew of interplanetary archaeologists is threatened when an alien creature impregnates one of their members, causing her to turn homicidal and murder them one by one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
Do you know what?
This looks dope.
This
as
is why
hell.
ultimately I'm a proponent. You have choice.
Oh, this movie is what convinced you?
Yeah, that's what did it. Because I was
Which-
like, you know what? Yeah, that seems kind of like an invasion. So
Which poster are you guys looking at? The one where it's like random shapes and then a woman's silhouette and two gross alien bodies, or the one where there are space lasers shooting right at the woman's vag as
That's
the aliens
that,
take
that's
them
the
down?
one that
yeah.
we were
The
looking
second
at.
one,
yeah.
yeah. That we're
Yeah,
still
that
looking
is
at.
That's the one
great.
we saw.
Okay, so Mike,
What's the winner going up against?
Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah,
Maybe a more tasteful movie.
it's gonna be in Seminoids for me if we want that 82 flavor.
Christ, Greg.
I'm gonna go Star Trek 2. The Wrath
Star
of
Trek
Khan.
2 does move on.
Khan. Plus, it would give us a great drop.
Now, your next movie, Swamp Thing, has maybe equal competition that Star Trek 2 did with it in Seminoid. It's going up a movie called Night Beast. Is there anything we want to say about Swamp Thing before we just go to a vote?
And this is not Man Thing.
This is not Man Thing. This is DC's version that they stole from Marvel 10 years before Marvel created Man Thing.
Swamps are great.
They're smelly. They're dangerous. I love it.
They're not the nicest place to hang out, but they're so important to ecosystems, and we should fight to preserve them.
I don't really like moss.
No, I'm not a big moss guy.
What about
either.
swamp moss?
Moss is gross.
What about
I don't.
swamp
I don't
rock?
like the I don't like the even distribution of like earth and then just water.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
I'm a beach guy, so I'm
How you
like
get-
I'm gonna be here on the beach, and it's like so clear where the beach is and where the water is. You know, I like that.
I like mystery. I like mangroves.
You mean the tree, the cool water tree?
The cool water tree.
Yeah, dude, that is a pretty good argument for swamps.
What tagline do you guys like better for Night Beast? If you have the guts, it wants them.
Oh dear.
Or his hands tear through flesh and bone.
Well, that tells you exactly what you're getting.
A creature from outer space crash lands in a small town and starts killing people. Sounds like horror, but it's sci-fi here. His eyes on the poster are just amazing. Like,
Night Beast.
this guy has been inbred from a long line of Night Beast family members.
Oh, is this like an alien hillbilly?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh man.
I don't know if you guys predicted Swamp Thing going into the second round, but is it going to?
I say
Yes.
yes.
Directed by Wes Craven. Your final matchup for sci-fi. Your fourth seed is Forbidden World. Greg, tell me about that movie.
Forbidden World is listen, in a universe of worlds that you can just go to any old time. Forbidden World, you're gonna have to get your passport in line, you're gonna have to get it stamped, you're gonna have to go to the main gate, and then you know what? They're gonna say no. Forbidden.
There's like
That's God's special world. You
Yeah,
don't go
that's
there.
just for the Mormon God.
the way that I would say it is that in the distant future, a Federation marshal arrives at a research lab on a remote
That's what I
planet
was
where a
saying.
genetic experiment has gotten loose and begins feeding on the dwindling
Talked
scientific
about
group.
that part I did.
There's so many movies where I have never heard of a single person in them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Probably just like some sort of tax dodge. You know? Some
Or-
sort of producers type situation.
They wanted to hold on to the rights for Forbidden World, so they
Yeah.
had to make a quickie
Yeah.
movie.
Like, just throw it together. Who knows? It'll be a creature from outer space who lands in a small town, attacks people.
I love it.
Keep going.
It's going up against Burst World, Mike. What is that one about?
Burst world. Okay, imagine a world
Burst World problems.
exactly like ours. You're going to 7-Eleven, you're drinking your Slurpees, you're driving to work, you're in traffic. But every once in a while,
All the
when
human
the clock strikes
experiences.
11:11, somebody is going to just burst. And guts and juice are just going to fly everywhere.
2 times a day, somewhere in the world.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's
One.
Burst City.
Specifically in this one city,
Yeah, that's what I'm
actually. Localized entirely in one city.
Punk rock gangs, you guys are both correct.
Yeah.
Amazing job. Tied for first place on that. Punk rock gangs and music groups clash with one another and the brutal police force in a futuristic Tokyo setting.
I
Love
love this
that.
time in film when it was like, oh no, punks, watch out. They're going to get us. They're 90 pounds and smelly.
Yeah, they're the horror monster of the movie is somebody with like a mohawk.
A kid with a mohawk.
Yeah, pins pinned into their jacket.
He's got a lot of gel in there.
He's so scary. He spent 4 hours on his hair.
He said anarchy in the UK, and he's from Texas.
So, Mike, if you can remember Forbidden World versus
I cannot.
Burst City.
Burst City,
Dude,
bitch.
it's so hard to... That's one of the two titles, and it's so hard not to say it. Burst City, Ryan. We built this city on blowing up.
Not good planning.
No, yeah.
You need a new comptroller.
You think you can just not have one, but you have to have a
Well,
controller.
You don't know what
And
it
an
means.
alderman. Maybe we bring in another alderman.
Or at least an alterman. Tron versus Burst City, Mike.
Look, I like to make a lot of jokes.
We do.
Burst City.
We all like to make a lot of jokes.
Greg?
I think I'm going to go with Tron, Ryan. For some reason, this movie had a legacy, and we have to recognize that.
That legacy, hand jobs at Disneyland between 1983 and 1995.
And then finally, Greg, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan versus Swamp Thing.
Yeah, Star Trek 2.
Mike?
Star Trek 2. Come on.
This is like maybe the best movie we've discussed tonight.
And then Star Trek II versus Tron.
Is it Khan or Tron?
Con v Tron situation?
Oh, one of those classic situations.
This is the real Sophie's choice.
Yeah, for
And
me, this is the perfect time to embrace Khan and to say that Tron, and to again remind our listeners at home that Tron is boring.
I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to add another show. I know we have so many 82 shows, but I've been hearing about this movie as like basically a lifelong Star Trek, not hater, but
Just denier.
yeah, I don't think it ever existed. And I will fight for history books to disinclude it from all of their stories. I've heard so much about this one particular movie.
Right.
It's weird. It's this mix of extreme sports and then with like this almost like Kafka-esque, like really banal, like we're all just living on a computer chip, and then it's like now cut to the light cycles.
It also
Wait.
sounds like one of those things where like they sort of zigged or zagged, I guess,
The light cycles do both, yeah.
and maybe it wasn't appreciated at its time because people just want the same thing. But then a few years later, everybody's like, "No, that movie was actually fucking good." I'm talking
Is
about
one of you
Khan,
talking
not
about
Tron.
Khan and one of you talking
Yeah.
about Tron? Because I started to get confusing. I know they sound similar. We need to make a Khan and Tron list.
I don't want to watch Tron. I want to watch Khan.
Dude, you
Right.
should watch Khan. We should all watch Khan.
Starring Madeline Kahn.
We might watch Khan. All right, so Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan is your 1982 sci-fi movie of the year, except for the other four that we mentioned. Your romance is Summer Lover, starring Peter Gallagher, because Mike's a moron. When we come back, two more genres.
Well, that is very, very funny. Or very sad. And perhaps now you have something to think about. Or very problematic, and perhaps we have something to think about. But in any event, I'm sure you have some reaction to what you're listening to. So why not check us out on the social media? You can go to Instagram or Twitter and find us at YourPopFilter. Email contacts@YourPopFilter. Hey, everybody. Keep watching them movies.
And we're back. Mike, I want to point out to you that we have 5 genres left. We only have time for 2.
Oh, no. Ryan, that's not enough.
So 3 of these we will never hear about.
Never hear about.
It's action, comedy, and again, not Rush Hour. Do you understand?
Yes.
Pick action comedy, Mike.
Oh, if you fucking pick action comedy, I'm going to kick Summer Lovers out of
Okay, wait, Mike, don't do it.
action, comedy, family, music, and mystery thriller.
Can I pick family music?
Oh, Jesus. You're so close to getting Gallagher gone. I'm going to hit him in the head with a hammer.
I'm not even messing around. It's mystery thriller, 1 or 2 categories,
Yeah,
and I'm
that's a good
sorry.
question.
I know I was joking about the other ones.
That one is
We all
actually
make a
one.
lot of
Okay,
jokes.
thank you.
I'm not trying.
Not trying to be the worst part of anybody's podcast.
I would say mystery/thriller, but then you guys would be like, mystery slash what? There's 8
No, you're
movies
right.
where the guitar
there
player from
mystery
Guns N'
science?
Roses.
We've been a real handful today. He's right.
I recently started drinking again after taking a long break, so I'm going to blame it on that. I don't know what Greg's deal is. I'm going to go straight for comedy, Ryan.
I love how Mike reverse interventions us, like reveals that rehab didn't take on a podcast.
That refers
I
to
hung
as
out with my good friend Betty F.
taking up
For a
drinking
while.
again. I've begun to pursue drinking again as a hobby.
At a professional level.
It's gotten on top of me a little bit.
Which is now why you don't get paid for it. What was the fucking genre that you picked?
Fuck. Comedy?
Oh, Jesus.
Mystery thriller.
All right. Let's do comedy of 1982, of which we have 0 in the Elite 8. I want to
Yeah,
say
it's so rare. Even though we're all such fans of comedy, we still bow to the fucking
48
whip of
Hours
the
was
Oscars.
was like in around comedy, right? It was in the ballpark of comedy.
that's true. And the winners for comedy in every season is Ryan, Greg, and Mike.
Yeah,
So,
dude. Because we grab our bellies and laugh.
Chortles, chuckles, the whole fucking guffaws.
Guffaws.
We, as friends, will do that thing where we start laughing and then we just look at each other so that we laugh while looking at each other a little bit. It's very intimate, and I enjoy it.
I always imagine credits going over us while we do that.
They all died a short time later.
That's why you freeze like that.
Yeah.
Mike, your number 1 seed is Eating Raoul.
We wanted to watch that one.
I told you guys in the intro that it's like a laundromat with a secret, and you guys are both like, cannibalism. It's very clearly cannibalism.
And who is in this?
Raoul. And then your
Okay.
8th seed is La Beau Mirage, a French title with an Australian accent, apparently. Otherwise known as A Good Marriage. This is Sabine vows to give up married lovers and is determined to find a good husband.
That sounds delightful.
Eating Raoul.
Yeah, but this is like one of the bigger. I feel like this is one of the better, I guess, at least reviewed movies that didn't make it. Like I know it's probably not one of the more popular movies, but I would say this was pretty highly thought of.
When you look at the multi-decade genre of cannibal movies, I think it's up there.
But Greg, Eating Raoul?
I guess, yeah. I'm pretty interested in that sleeping with married people movie, but I guess they give it up. So then, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one needs no description except for the titles, which I would give you now. The first one is your second seed is Airplane 2, the sequel.
Okay.
Probably the movie I've seen the most out of everything on this bracket.
Yeah, pretty strong.
Versus the best little whorehouse in Texas. Texas is in the news a lot recently. This movie takes place there.
Christ. Does that movie turn very dark as well?
Is that a musical, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas?
There's probably some music.
I would love to hear some of the songs in that.
Mike, what do they sound like?
Well, when you come into John's, you are a John.
The name of the whorehouse is John's.
Yeah, John's
We'll
Little
treat
Whorehouse.
you like a toilet.
Wait, was the whorehouse, did it used to be called Vaughn's and they clearly just took off the V?
Yeah,
and
it took a
added
little
J?
bit, cleaved it off.
Copyright infringement.
What was the other one it's going up against?
Airplane 2.
Airplane in space.
Man, if you loved the jokes of Airplane, then you're guaranteed to love Airplane too. I still think I'm going to go with it, though,
Yeah.
because I did love the jokes of Airplane.
I'm voting for the best little whorehouse in Texas.
I'm an Airplane 2 man, Ryan.
Airplane 2 moves on. I cannot believe this matchup. Your number 3 seed is Porky's, the movie that's just making peeping toms and sexual harassment funny, versus A Midsummer Night Sex Comedy, Woody Allen's movie.
Oh, man, when Porky's is the righteous pick.
Yeah.
I'm
we
a
have
Kim
to
Cattrall
stand on our
fan.
principles and vote Porky's through.
I don't remember if we talked about this in the intro, but Kim Cattrall's whole character is that she makes a funny sound when she comes. And so they all try to see who could sleep with her.
I mean, you're
And they
supposed
don't
to
think they're
going to
do it.
sound when
And
you
then
come.
somebody does. I vote Porky's.
Yeah, I guess Porky's it is.
I vote for the Woody Allen movie. It's better, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You guys voted.
I bet. Let's see how Porky's does in the next round.
Your number 4 seed is Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Carl Reiner movie that has Steve Martin talking to clips of
That's right.
film noir movies.
This movie was before its time, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it came out in 1982.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's going up against I want to say British movie called, Mike, you ready for this one?
I am.
Gregory's Girl.
ah!
It's so hard to vote against Gregory's Girl.
The
It
log
really
line
is.
is Gregory is a normal teen who is infatuated with a classmate. He must work to win her affection.
That's
Ew,
exactly
what is this?
how it
Normal
was.
people? Conversations with friends? Some other fucking bullshit, shitty name thing?
Sally Rooney.
Yeah, it's going to be Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid for me.
Yeah, that sounds like something you'd see on Adult Swim. If it sounds like something Tim Heidecker
Yeah.
would remake. Dead men don't wear plaid. Plus, you get to do that.
What a cool ride that would be.
Yeah, dude. It's like, oh, no.
Is it Scottish shit?
Second round for comedy. It's Eating Raoul versus Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Eating Raoul.
Yeah, I think it is Eating Raoul.
Okay. And then Airplane 2 versus Porky's.
Airplane 2!
Airplane
Hooray!
2.
Guys, we got Porky's out of the bracket.
We did it. Get out of here, Porky's.
Oh, wait, did we mess up?
And then finally, Eating Raoul versus Airplane 2.
Eating Raoul.
Yep.
Best
We always
cannibal
knew.
movie ever.
One of our faves
Must-
here on the show. Eating Raoul is the comedy of the year. Greg, we have one category left.
All right.
Action, family, music, or the final category.
Yes.
That is all one.
One
Mystery
thing.
/ thriller.
Mystery thriller, Ryan, please.
Okay, let's do
With
this.
all deference.
The first movie, the number one seed, is Costa Gravis' Missing, where Jack Lemmon plays a dad
Oh, yeah.
whose kid is missing.
We really wanted to see this one.
Yeah, it's Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon really bringing the dramatic chaps.
Not going to have a lot of opportunities to do Jack Lemmon movies on the show, probably.
No, we're not going to go
Before we
back
get
in time.
Grumpy Old Men. It's going up against Robert Benton's Still of the Night, Roy Scheider, Meryl Streep, Knife on the cover.
Oh, knife on the cover. That's pretty thrilling.
Oh, what are they going to do with that knife? It's got to be the first one there.
Yeah, The Apartment. What did you call
The
it?
Apartment. Gentlemen prefer blondes.
Your number two seed is called Diva. This is, of course, when a young Parisian postman, secretly records a concert performance given by the opera singer Cynthia Hawkins, whom he idolizes. The following day, Jules runs into a woman who is being pursued by armed thugs. Before she is killed, the woman slips an audio cassette into his mailbag, ...
Awesome. Damn. That's
I'm
compelling. I'm there.
The other one's called The Angel, and it's French, so it's actually called like
Longo.
and that is the climbing of an immense staircase made up of the most varied stairs. Symbolic scenes occur on different levels where characters seem to be prisoners of their deeds and of their own folly.
Holy shit, that sounds interesting.
Go jerk off staircase.
The steep staircase leads little by little towards the zones of great light where human beings and non-human beings meet.
Wow.
Mike seems not down.
I'm down with the cassette tape getting slipped into a bag.
You have
That's
to,
my
like-
vote is that one.
Before you watch that movie, you have to be like, I commit to this. I buy
Yeah.
into this.
Yeah.
if you said Buñuel did it, I'm game. Is he the one Existential Angel?
Mm-hmm. Exterminator.
Yeah, I'd be Exterminating Angel. Yeah, I'd be game for a director of that caliber, but it just sounds so masturbatory.
So your vote's for Diva?
Yep.
Greg?
I'm going to do the Crazy Staircase movie.
Diva moves on. Your number three seed is Death Trap. This is Sidney Lumet, I want to say.
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Reeve, sort of comedy, mystery / thriller. I'm gonna assume. It's going up against Le Pont du Nord. And let's talk about Death Trap.
I love the director, Christopher
Mhm.
Reeves. That sounds fun.
I love Death Traps.
Death Trap sounds like a very thrilling title. I
It's
do
my
have
favorite
to
way
say,
for a D&D character to die. It's my favorite heavy metal band.
I wonder if the French sort of had us licked at this time for mysteries and thrillers, though.
It seems like it. Le Pont du Nord is a young, unhinged female ex-con with a motorcycle.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
this one.
Helps a sickly young homeless woman in red discover what the map of Paris she took from her gangster boyfriend leads to.
Yes.
Fuck. that
Damn.
sounds
Hell
dope.
yeah. Get out of here, Death Trap.
Mike?
Yeah. Kick Rock's Death Trap.
All right, a lot of hate for Death Trap all of a sudden.
Already live in one.
Your
It's
number
called
four,
America.
your number four seed is Evil Under the Sun. This is a Hercule Poirot movie.
Poirot having fun.
Does that mean anything to you guys? Do you guys give a shit?
I give a
Is
shit about
that's
Poirot. He's a cool
Death
character.
on the Nile, right?
Yeah. I want to know, is he doing the Kenneth Branagh mustache or is he doing the
There's a big mustache.
Yeah, then I'm there, dude. Poirot.
It's going up against a movie called Vice Squad, starring Season Hubley. She plays someone named Princess. A single mother prostitute who goes by the name Princess finds herself forced to work undercover for the police in order to apprehend a homicidal, misogynistic pimp named Ramrod.
Is
And
this like a
Mason
black
Ramrod.
exploitation movie?
It just looks bad.
Is it the prequel to Tokyo Vice Squad?
Yes, absolutely. And Tokyo Story. It's a sequel to that.
I'm going with Vice Squad because I don't remember the first thing you said.
Evil Under the Sun, the Poirot movie.
I'm saying Evil Under the Sun. If we're talking mystery, Poirot is the way to go.
Shit, Greg.
you just became a 1990s film critic.
All right, second round is Missing versus Le Point du Nord.
What was missing?
Jack Lemmon in Ransom.
Oh, but Le Point du Nord is
I know.
badass motorcycle lady.
Yeah, dude. I'm going Le Point du Nord.
I'm going Missing.
I wish that was true, Mike. Missing wins.
Ouch.
And then finally, Diva versus Evil Under the Sun.
Diva for me.
Evil Under the Sun for me, Ryan.
Diva takes it down, so it's Missing versus Diva.
Missing for me.
Missing for me as well. And this is the genre where I think Greg and I are most at odds.
We disagree.
We want different things out of our mystery/thrillers.
All right, we're just going to do the top seeds. So Missing takes it down for mystery thriller. Action is First Blood versus Conan the Barbarian.
Conan.
Yeah, Conan.
Conan is the correct answer. First Blood is not an action movie.
Danger First Blood.
Family is Dark Crystal versus Annie.
Dark Crystal.
Annie.
Dark Crystal for sure. And then music is Pink Floyd The Wall versus Grease 2.
Wall.
Grease
wall,
2.
Wall. Build the wall. This is the only time I'll agree to
no. You are not a cool writer, Greg.
that.
All right, so your action of 82 is Conan. Comedy is Eating Raoul. Family is Dark Crystal. Music is Pink Floyd The Wall. Mystery thriller is Missing. Romance is Summer Lovers starring Peter Gallagher.
Yeah.
And sci-fi is Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Guys, if we could only add one of those to the bonus apps, what would we do?
Summer Lovin'.
I think Wrath of Khan.
Eating Raoul.
There's been a real energy about Wrath of Khan in
That's
in
true.
this circle.
I think there's 8 new bonus shows. Why shouldn't 1982 season go through 2023?
Why should it ever end?
The fans have told us they like when the seasons have an end to them.
Do they?
I think they said they would enjoy if this podcast ended.
Oh,
Yeah.
fans.
Fans,
Please
that's so
don't write
mean.
in when we're in the middle of recording a podcast to tell us you
Yeah.
wish it would end already.
Especially on this old school telegram machine I have.
Is this
It's
your
so
wife
loud.
saying, come grab the baby?
Well, congratulations to all 8 of those movies. Maybe special congratulations to Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. We shall see. Mike?
What?
Any final words?
I fucking like movies, man, and I like doing things with the two of you idiots.
Greg, does Mike like movies?
He does like movies, and he does like doing things with us two idiots, Ryan.
I think that makes us all feel warm. As always, see you next week and keep watching those movies.
Goodbye.